Time flies up in this joint. Every time. Yep. It always flies.
My cheeks hurt.
It doesn't? Yeah, probably from the tail spinning.
Yep.
You know, the old Wendy's commercial that was like, "Where's the beef?"
Yeah.
Do you remember that old lady?
Yeah.
I was trying to remember, like...
Her name was Gertrude.
Like, I was trying to remember what commercial is in my head for the person. It was like that same era of television.
Her name was Gertrude Kimberly.
Was it really?
Yes.
I wouldn't doubt it. But, like, it was the same area of time on television advertising that it was like some kind of product that said, "Oh, I can't believe I ate that whole thing."
Oh.
And I can't remember what product it was.
I literally just saw this the other day.
Oh, I can't believe I ate that whole thing. Like, and I don't know what it was.
I feel like it was Subway.
No, I don't know if it was a food. I think it was a medicine. I think it was like an antacid or something.
No.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
It was definitely a food thing.
Okay, so
No, it was Alka-Seltzer.
Was it Alka-Seltzer?
Yeah, because I just typed in, "I can't believe I ate the whole thing," and it pulled up Alka-Seltzer.
So it was medicine.
The whole thing.
So it was a medicine.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was thinking it was like something that come out with like,
ouch,
around our Youngman time when there were actual $5 footlongs.
You know that
because the Subway didn't have great commercials, and sometimes it was
$5.
Like, man, that was a little shade too far.
$5 footlongs. Like $5. That was the shit, though. And here's the funny thing, though: the Subway had recently come out with like shock in the news because they were like, I can't believe that a single individual is eating an entire Subway footlong sandwich. Like, what the fuck do you mean you can't believe it? You advertise $5 footlongs, get skinny like Jared, like you sons of bitches set us up to think that this fucking pedo is out here getting skinny.
I mean, he was, but he was also doing coke.
Yeah. And then we get hooked on the idea that an entire loaf of bread with meat stuffed in between it is a good idea for lunch. It's your fucking fault. It's not my fucking fault.
Well, I mean, you can do it in a way like if you use a flatbread or or like a lavash or a tortilla, you can get the less carbs. So you can eat a sandwich every day and be healthy. You got to make the healthier choice.
I don't like taking a victim mentality on many things, but I do feel slightly victimized by Subway acting like they didn't know what they were doing.
You know what I feel more victimized by?
What?
When Wendy's discontinued the chicken Caesar pita.
The little foldy wrappy thing?
No, it was like a big one.
Like, I know, but like the foldy wrappy stuff pocket thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You realize how good that was?
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I'd had them. It's just that pita's never been
and
my
they
favorite.
did it right. Hooligans, when you listen to this, take note. Like your chicken Caesar wrap, the Caesar part's supposed to be cold and the chicken's supposed to be hot. It's all about the juxtaposition of the hot to cold. I want to get that warm cube of chicken and that cold crispness of the romaine and that slightly stiff of the pita to make texturally and temperaturely pleasing array of temperature and texture.
I was imagining you with the Boston accent for a second, and it's like what Mark Wahlberg would ask for something on Grindr. Just a nice stiff pita.
And pita bread is a little stiff.
I imagined you Wahlberged for a second, so I gave you that Boston accent, and it was asking like for a good stiff pita. Like you drop like your car keys, but it also you got to say it like you're wearing khakis, that kind of thing for accents.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was making a pee joke.
Yeah, I got that.
I'm sorry for making a pee joke.
I mean, it's fine.
We don't make pee jokes on this.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's the #1 podcast for women. We need to think about that a little more sometimes.
We've sold so many badges that say that.
I know.
I can't believe it.
I know.
And you've also sold so many cake ghosts that it's actually unbelievable.
I know, it's crazy.
You've like at first you're thinking cake ghost is like, in case you don't know what cake ghost is, you can look on to our TikTok and check it out.
Yeah, you'll find out.
And it'll be posted somewhere in here. I'm guessing. Pause for TikTok. Me. Okay. But there's a video on there, and it'll show you the cake ghost. And it looks like just a normal, just ghost faced on one side. Honestly, like you can pass it off as just like a normal, like looking shelf ghost.
And it almost, as well, I would say has ghost face, the Scream style ghost face.
Yeah, but it's also like draped in a sheet.
Yes.
So in the front, like from just a frontward angle, you're like, oh, yeah, that's a neat looking ghost. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're like, it's kind of short, little dumpy.
And then you take it and you give it a slight turn,
and then you realize it's dumpy, but in a way different way. Like that thing's got a dump truck.
And you just hear boom, 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 dun, 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 boom, boom, boom. Like it is just the fat ass twerking.
Yeah, I heard Cisco.
You know, baby. Yep. I can't remember the actual thong song though, but because
I remember too much of it.
My head canon for the thong song was actually replaced with the parody of the thong song.
Didn't Cisco end up being gay like Ricky Martin?
I can't remember.
I feel like he was.
There was a lot. There were a lot of artists that just didn't talk about it back in those days because
the song was about like a woman having a fat juicy ass wearing a thong.
Yeah,
and then it's like, oh, so he likes dudes.
I mean, maybe
fine, but whatever.
Like he wrote it, he performed it.
He might have wrote it. I don't know.
I don't think he wrote it.
I mean, he might have wrote it thinking about a different dump truck, but going, hey, I don't think I can get enough traction out of that kind of dump truck, so I'm going to talk about the other one.
Because I can't remember the difference between the original and the damn parody because the parody is making fun of it like the girl's too big to be wearing that kind of stuff. That's the parody I got in my head like, ooh, that dress too small for you. Look like you put on another pound or two. Shaking that thing like you all that, but take a look at that dress. Girl, you're so fat. And it's a totally awful song. I hate it that it's in there instead of the original. So
I mean, it's literally the exact opposite.
Yeah, I know. It's just
wearing that dress so scandalous.
See, I can't remember
What's
the
that
original.
other word I can't say? Couldn't handle this.
See, but the next part is like a wrecking ball so big and round. If you get too close, I might knock you down. Like to go to the ice cream shop and to cruise to the mall for the Dippin' Dots and then not another bite because your jeans pop. Really hate it when you bend over. I hate it. Why? This is like a 20 fucking year old parody song that has no place to be in my memory.
I mean, look, I also have Amish Paradise stuck in here, man.
But that's a quality one.
It is
clever and not demeaning. He was respectful.
Some of it kind of wasn't.
Well,
but it was humorous. It was that brand of humor for the time.
Respectish.
Yeah, because we've got a different point of view on how we're supposed to think about other people now. You know, because back in the day, it was like, well, it was fine. You know, it's like, oh, that's funny. It's funny about her being fat. And now it's like, man, that's mean.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, absolutely. Like, why would I want anybody to judge me for my dough?
Why would I want to try to make someone feel as bad as that song could make someone feel?
And it's not like...
What does that achieve for me?
And it's not like I'm a good little Christian boy, but I do believe in to do unto others as they would do unto you. It's an energy reciprocal thing as well in the universe. Like, you got to put out what you want to receive, man.
Well, I mean, the Bible does say you reap what you sow. That's a universal idea.
It's a universal.
So you put it out there, that's what you're going to get back.
Yeah. I think that's oh man, that feels pretty enlightening.
Yeah.
You know what? Enlightening is not frightening.
You know what? Whoever you are listening to this, you got a banging ass. All of you. All of us together. We have nice asses. That's our word of affirmation for the day.
Nice ass.
I have a nice ass, and so do you. I have a
nice ass, and so do you. God, my ass is actually so Hank Hill-esque, it's not even funny.
You know what? It's still you have a nice ass and so do I. That's our word of affirmation.
It looks like a bulldog like leaning over.
Oh my God, like that!
Hi, everyone. I am Austin Shazam. We're gonna go back in time. Pfeiffer.
And I'm Tiny. And I, too, can't believe I ate the whole thing. And that was the rest of the story.
That was last.
I don't care. I wanted to put it in there in this week.
And we are Nerded Through the Grapevine, the podcast where your best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. And this week, we're going to talk to you a little bit about some time travel.
Aliens. No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly, you never know.
Little crossover.
Stranger shit can happen.
I mean, technically, you would be an illegal alien in past times because you wouldn't be supposed to be there.
That's true. And in certain time travel instances, there might be time police that don't want you to be involved in that spot, and they know you're an anomaly and they take care of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like timeline monitoring to make sure time doesn't shift into a different...
Like SCP.
Stone Temple Pilots?
Secure, Contain, Protect.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said STP. I always...
SCP.
I'm sorry. Every time you say that, I hear STP, and I think you're talking about like Stone Temple Pilots, and then Stone Temple Pilot songs pop into my head, and I just Scott Weiland doesn't help my thought process. I'm sorry. You know any Stone Temple Pilots? Could you sing some for me?
I'm on some shit right now. You keep doing what you're doing.
You don't like Stone Temple Pilots? Have you ever listened to any?
Never
of them?
listened to them, but hold on. I gotta talk to the robot for a minute. You talk to the people.
Oh, I'm talking to the people. Okay, so I can't actually sing any Stone Temple Pilots on here because if I sing X amount of it, we'd get flagged, wouldn't we? I'm thinking we would get flagged.
Would.
So I could probably sing like one line of a Stone Temple Pilot song and be all right.
Should be fine.
That's funny. I put myself on the spot. I can't even think of anything like. I am smelling like a rose that somebody gave me on my birthday, dead. That's all I got. That's one of my favorite ones. Dead and Bloated. That's a pump up song. Good pump up song. So we weren't actually talking about Stone Temple Pilots. He was talking about Secure, Contain, Protect.
Yes.
And I always forget that that's even a thing just because I've not really ever just been on that.
Yeah. So here's what I've done with the robot.
Robot hit.
And it's a little on our topic because our topic today we're talking about time travel.
This is true.
And in different media. So me and the robot have constructed a summary of Back to the Future as a 1-paragraph SCP Foundation story.
Oh, that's cool.
Item number SCP-1985 or SCP-1985. Object class Thaumiel. Description: SCP-1985 is a modified 1981 DeLorean DMC-12 capable of temporal displacement when accelerated to 88 miles an hour. Activation requires precisely 1.21 gigawatts of electrical power delivered via an internal flux capacitor of unknown origin. Subjects encountering SCP-1985 during activation are relocated to a temporally consistent point within the past or future, typically offset in 30-year intervals. Repeated testing indicates that paradoxical alterations to history are possible, but reality exists self-corrective inertia, erasing inconsistencies in ways often hazardous to affected individuals. SCP-1985 was recovered in Hill Valley, California, following a series of anomalous newspaper revisions, missing person reports, and the sudden reappearance of a man previously declared deceased in 1955. Foundation temporal containment protocols now restrict usage to O5 level directives only.
Huh. That's creepy.
Yeah.
That's a creepy way of describing something.
I know. I love SCP stuff. It's great.
That's a very creepy way of describing something.
It makes it very like clinical, but it still gets the point across.
I would actually actually like that to be done for the things that I have in my. Can you get it to do that for my things real quick?
Sure.
Oh my God, this is kind of cool. Okay, first off, I'll do my main one at the very end.
Okay.
Donnie Darko.
All right.
I think that one is
Donny.
Donnie.
Oh, okay.
Did you never see Donnie Darko
Nope.
with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Never seen it.
Oh, dude, it was a trippy movie. It was not a good movie to be consuming gardening in the early 2000s too. Just throwing that out there. It was a little bit too intense for young brain on salads.
Understood. Item number SCP-2806. Object class Keter. Description: SCP-2806 refers to a series of temporal anomalies centered on subject 286-1, designated Donnie, a human adolescent in Middlesex, Virginia. SCP-2806 manifests as auditory and visual hallucinations of a humanoid entity in a rabbit costume. SCP-286-A, which directs 2806-1 towards actions that prevents an imminent XK class end of timeline scenario caused by unstable wormhole formation. SCP-2806 phenomena include predictive dreams, artifact displacement, notably aeronautical debris appearing without logical origin, and casualty loops resulting in retroactive erasure of events. Autopsy records indicate that 2806-1 was terminated by impact with SCP-2806-B, a detached jet engine, though Foundation analysis suggests his death was both predetermined and necessary for timeline stabilization. SCP-2806 containment is considered impossible. Current protocol is long-term observation of similar reality fractures.
Dude, that's an awesome description.
I mean, I've never seen the movie, but that kind of makes me want to see the movie.
Like, no, like almost like, because I've got descriptions that were roughly about that same kind of length.
Yeah.
And the description that it gave actually did a really good job because, I mean, basically he's just an ordinary teenager. I mean, he has, oh, yeah, I know.
It happens.
But he's an ordinary teenager. He sleepwalks. He's going through therapy sessions. He's getting visions of a man in a bunny suit named Frank the Rabbit.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just like all that stuff like was in there, and he was actually stuck in a time loop. That's why he kept seeing things recurring and all this other, like he thought he was going to be able to change something, but what was actually changing was him surviving caused this infinite loop. His death was the permanent part of was supposed to happen, but for some reason he was seeing what would happen if it didn't. It was a permanent loop.
So it's kind of like the butterfly effect, but with extra steps.
No, the butterfly.
Well, and more or less a loop of one continuous event.
Yes, I can yes. Like butterfly flaps its wings, and on the other side of the world, there's a tsunami kind of thing. Yeah, like action and reaction kind of deal.
Right.
Like,
but he was reliving the same event over and over.
Yeah, one of those things that he was just like, and he thought he was seeing stuff in dreams, but it was more. But it's like a real time loopy wormhole kind of thing.
So was it like he was living in this loop of the same event happening, but different things happening because of the thing, and he was remembering them all at once?
Not
or
really.
Am I way off?
Not really. No, it was more or less like a fragmented life story kind of deal that it was kind of going through just these sections of, and it's just like, this seems familiar kind of deal.
I mean, I've been told it's supposed to be like a creepy scary.
It's not the creepiest scary. It is a very psychological kind of deal because if you sit and think about it too much, like that feeling and that sense of deja vu, like that makes you really not ever want to have it again.
Understood.
Like, what if it's me? So, all right, another one. I love this.
Okay.
I love this. The butterfly effect, parentheses 2004.
Okay.
Just so it'll differentiate between,
Is it with an A or with an E? It's an A, right?
E.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
That was a sound.
I aimed the tailpipe right at the microphone.
Heck yeah.
You got to hear the full exhaust.
Item number SCP-2004. Object class Euclid. Description: SCP-2004 is a is a mimetic temporal phenomenon affecting subject 2004-1. Designation, Evan, who demonstrates the ability to retroactively alter his personal timeline by focusing on written records of his own past. Activation results in immediate restructuring of reality, with memories and physical evidence rewriting to accommodate the new chronology, while SCP-2004 grants 2004-1 agency to mitigate or prevent traumatic events. Repeated use produces increasingly unstable timelines, generating compounding paradoxes and severe neurological degeneration in 2004-1. Instances of lost futures manifest as intrusive memory fragments in non-anomalous individuals, suggesting partial bleed-through between erased timelines. Foundation containment efforts focus on suppressing documentation associated with SCP-2004 and monitoring for parallel phenomena, as total neutralization would require dismantling of causality itself. What a time for the thunder. I felt that one, boy.
Are we in danger?
Dude, that one shook the chair.
That was like an exclamation point on your statement.
Yeah.
We're in a soundproof studio.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if we was, your wife would definitely have opened the door and said, "Hey,
We gotta get in
we's
the
about
bathrooms.
to die. We gotta get somewhere."
We gotta get in the bathrooms. Everybody's not safe.
Yeah, because she got that storm anxieties.
Yeah, because that's another one of those instances that the only way to break the cycle is he has to go.
Yeah.
That's a pretty depressing movie, but I mean, it's also a pretty good movie.
Oh, it's a great movie.
It was one of my favorite Ashton Kutchers. But you know, I really enjoyed the part that, what was his friend's name in it? He'd recently lost a bunch of weight, and now he's like a super fit podcaster guy. Ethan Suplee.
Yes.
Or Suplee. I can't remember how you.
I think it's Suplee.
I think maybe Suplee. I don't know. That'd be cool though. He's tremendous. Like as far as listening to his fitness routines and like his motivation, how he decided like he didn't want to be be that guy anymore. And he's been in several movies since those times, and he's almost unrecognizable because he's like
yeah, dude. He went from huge man, because the first time that we really remember seeing him was Remember the Titans, and then Butterfly Effect, or maybe vice versa. And then My Name is Earl. So you're like, okay, he's already lost like half the weight. And you're like, comparatively, he looks good, but he's still overweight. Then he goes full on jacked with hangy skin. And now he's just full on jacked, because I don't know what he's done about the hanging skin, but it's gone. And he is a massive man.
I think he filled it up.
I think he did too.
I think he replaced what used to be like large amounts of fat with large amounts of muscle to cup the skin. He's probably had to have had a little bit of skin removal surgery, but the amount of muscle that man had put on in order to incredible to only have the amount of skin cut off that he had cut off, because typically people have to be like filleted.
Oh yeah,
to get that skin cut off. It's not just like it's not just like a little snip here, stitch there, and a couple of tralalas. It's like you get a lot of skin cut off, and for a while those scarrings on there look like kind of like you had to be sectioned.
Yeah, because you did. So I've got one for you.
Good, hit me with one.
I'm going to read it to you, and you're just going to guess what it is. It should be fairly apparent.
I shall listen.
Item number SCP-2263. Object Class Keter. Description: SCP-2263 is a temporal aperture located within the storage room of a diner in Lisbon Falls, Maine. The anomaly consistently transports subjects to September the 9th, 1958, regardless of entry time, and allows indefinite residence within the past. Exiting returns the subject to the present moment, with all elapsed time in 1958 compressed into a few minutes. Alteration to historical events are possible. though timeline instability increases exponentially with changes to politically significant events, notably the JFK assassination. Repeated intervention by Subject 2263-1, designation Jake, resulted in severe paradoxes, widespread civilian casualties, and the destabilization of space-time integrity, necessitating foundation erasure of the affected timeline. Current containment protocol is indefinite, sealing of the Lisbon Falls site, and suppression of civilian narratives referencing alternate histories.
The show for 11/22/63
Yes,
was one of the better sci-fi psychological style shows that have came out in a long time.
it was also a Stephen King.
And
And
it was one of those like little changes. I fixed it. What have I done? Like
yeah,
it was a real, because I didn't read.
the book was great. The
I
book is
bet.
probably one of the best.
I bet I need that as a bumper sticker that says, "I bet the book was better. I probably didn't read it though."
Yeah, it's true. Or a T-shirt. That's a T-shirt.
It's a T-shirt. I mean, I'm
It's a T-shirt,
sorry.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine because I've heard that the show is very, very close to the book. But he's a high school teacher, and he ends up going back in time trying to stop the JFK assassination because the guy that owns the diner thinks that all the bad things happening at the time that the book takes place is a result of JFK's assassination, because he's like, if JFK would have lived, we wouldn't have had all the race riots and all these things, and everybody would be more peaceful, we'd all be happy, and he's like, so we have to go back in time and kill John Wilkes Booth. That's not the right name.
No, Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald. Look, we've been gardening, okay? But at least I immediately knew it was the wrong name.
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that absolutely be something if you went back in time to kill John Wilkes Booth and the president's head still ended up blown off, except the person that jumped from the balcony was somebody else, because John Wilkes Booth actually didn't do it. He was just somebody that was up there, and he ended up leaping out of fear or whatnot because of the gunshot. I don't know. It's really not that way that it was, but
No.
that's the way that a weird paradox would work, like slight differences.
Yeah, because, considering he went so far back, he had to, track him to find an opportune time to do it.
Yeah.
But he also had to prove that it was him and him alone that killed JFK. So they narrowed it down to another event where he took a shot at one of his superiors in the Marine Corps. And they were like, well, if he took this shot but missed because he sucked, we know he has the capacity to do this other one. So worst case scenario, we cap him, we come back, and everything will be cool. But if it's not, you just go back in there and come back, and then it'll all be fine. But the problem is, the bigger the event is that you're trying to change, the harder it is for you to do so. Mm-hmm. So it makes it difficult for you to change it in a way to perfectly resolve a situation. Just like the janitor, the slow janitor from the beginning, he was slow because his dad come home one Halloween night and killed his mother and tried to kill him with a sledgehammer. So he left with severe brain trauma to where he needs assistance for daily life. And so he tries to fix that. And it leaves a myriad of results, because that one he only had to spend a month back in 58.
That was a test.
So just to see if he could change time and see, if it's always going to be bad things. And so, but every time he did it, he also had to try harder, because time would try to keep itself as it's supposedly meant to be. So it could be like a crazy storm that, washes his car away, just anything, or like a road closure, or some other accident is happening. And you got to
literally like time's getting in the way.
Yeah, time is trying to stop him and makes you a target. But the bigger it is, the harder it's going to go after you.
Yeah, that I need to rewatch it though, because it's not something that one should have been doing while gardening if they're really wanting to pay attention to things
with all the details.
Yeah,
it also has a really beautiful love story in it.
And honestly, too, though, at this stage of gardening, I would probably be able to pay attention better with it because
There's a window
and a wall and sweat drips down the balls. I've got one for it. Plug it in.
Okay.
Quantum Leap.
Okay.
And that's and I'm talking 1989 through 1993.
TAM.
QUANTUM.
TUM. Okay.
Quantum.
What was the years?
1989 through 1993. I never watched any of the 2002.
1993. Okay. Got it.
There are some things in it that just wouldn't fly today. Like he does, there's. I'll tell you more about that in a minute, but not too much.
Item number.
Huh?
Item number. SCP 1989.
The
Object class Thaumiel. Description. SCP-1989 refers to a quantum entanglement field generated by an experimental project, Quantum Leap, that enables the consciousness of subjects 1989-1, Dr. Samuel Beckett, to displace into individuals across different points in history. While host bodies retain baseline biological function, 1981-1 exerts full cognitive and motor control, with the host's consciousness suppressed until displacement concludes. SCP-1989 manifests as temporal course corrections, in which 1989-1 is compelled to alter events in order to stabilize or improve the timeline, after which a secondary anomaly forcibly transfers him to a new host. Contact with subject 1989-1 is mediated through SCP-1989-A, a holographic interface linked to the present-day research facility. Attempts to retrieve 1989-1 have failed. Foundation theorists debate whether he is repairing causality, serving an unknown higher-order entity, or trapped within an infinite loop of containment events.
In Quantum Leap, every individual time he travels through time-space, he is in a different person's existence from a given point in time forward, and from a given time afterwards. He goes into another point, and he's not knowing when he's about to jump.
He's hoping that the next leap might be the leap that takes him home.
Yes. That one episode that lives in internet infamy is the episode where he wakes up and where he jumps into the body and the consciousness of a boy with Down syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you remember his reaction?
I do not, but I cannot imagine that was very sensitive or nice.
It wasn't very sensitive or nice. It was just it was the time. It was the time, and it was just a thing. And he walked over to the mirror. He looked in the mirror and he said, "Oh my God, I'm retarded." It doesn't age appropriately for anything.
No.
But it happened. But the rest of the show's not really like that. Any kind of hateful or anything. It wasn't meant in a hateful way.
Right.
It was just like
ignorance.
It was ignorance of the time.
Phrasing. Yes.
Ignorance of the time, and we accept that.
Exactly.
So no hate on Quantum Leap. Just saying it happened.
Yep.
But imagine that it was an accident. So you don't have control over it, and you just have to just live existence after existence. It's almost like the reincarnation theory, but you don't ever get to die and reset. Yeah. You're living a different existence as your consciousness, fully aware of both your existence and your consciousness. Mm-hmm. And they're separate entities.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Because your consciousness is not your presence. Your presence is somebody else's.
And honestly, that'd be horrible for that other person too. Because where did they go during the time that he occupied them?
Yeah, what happens to that bit of memory? Does it gone?
What happens to them as a whole person while he's inhabiting them?
Do they remember?
Were they forced into the back seat of their own mind?
Does it make them
Were they
think,
locked in the trunk? You know?
does it make them think like they're making the decisions?
Yeah.
And
Or were they more like watching somebody make the decisions with their body?
would the
Or they're like trapped in a cage trying to make it not happen that way.
would the neural pathways like grow into different spots to make memories for them to be like compensating for the lack of like your choice, make it seem like they were your decisions?
I don't know, dude. It's just
I don't know. That's a lot to think about.
I don't like what's happening with my brain hole.
I know. I thought like my ears were getting really hot, but I think that's just the steam building up.
Yeah. So what's the next one?
We're overheating. We're overheating. Let's go with Outlander.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. If you want a little bit of extra grapes, all you got to do is get onto the TikTok. There's some shorts on there highlighting some of our funnies that we've had along the way. I'm the only one on TikTok a lot of times, just doom scrolling and just carrying on. So that's why it's on my TikTok. So if you want to get on there, look up austin.shazam.phi on TikTok. You'll be able to find all the grape reels on there, as well as getting onto our Patreon for some extra squeeze. For $5 a month, you will have an extended episode that is uncut directly from record button to record button. No shenanigans are left out. If you get on the $10 tier of our Patreon, you get the uncut video as well, along with special videos and special segments that we do just for the $10 tier. Get on there, get all of our extra content, help support the podcast, and we would appreciate it greatly.
That's my peanut butter.
Have you ever been sitting in your car listening to us and you go, I wonder what these two chuckleheads look like while they're, laughing hysterically? Or I just really want to see the reaction? Get on YouTube. You can see that there. The video releases every Friday. I mean, it's not uncut like, if you was on a Patreon, but you still get to see. And then if you scroll down to the description, you look there, there's a link that'll take you over to the Discord. We call that the Backyard Bonanza. You can talk to us directly. We're on there live, uncut, uncensored, and irrevocably circumcised. I don't know why I had to click way up here.
Because it was dramatic and awesome.
Yep. Item number. Hold on. Item number water because my mouth is kind of dry.
It's like those internet.
Reason.
It's like the internet chefs that can't just put some seasoning on it. They got to go. Like half of it's on the table. 3 grains are on the steak.
You also have to understand how hard this is to read.
You're doing so well, though.
I feel like I'm doing pretty good.
No,
because
dude. Like,
it's a lot of words and stuff that you're not used to saying in common life.
I would have never, I would have never thought that you were struggling over there. You've only barely hiccuped one time.
I know. Item number, SCP-1743. Object class, Euclid. Description. SCP-1743 is a recurring temporal spatial anomaly centered on megalithic stone circles located throughout Scotland. Physical contact with a central stone under the specified astronomical conditions result in immediate displacement of the subject to the mid-18th century. SCP-1743's effects appear hereditary, with multiple members of the Randolph-Fraser bloodline exhibiting susceptibility. Extended residence in the past has been documented, with displaced individuals capable of altering recorded history. However, these changes manifest as seamless revisions to all extant records, preventing paradox recognition by the general population. Subject 1743-1, Claire, successfully traversed SCP-1743 multiple times, with Foundation monitoring revealing significant entanglement between her actions and major historical conflicts. Containment consists of restricting civilian access to known stone circle sites and discrediting local folklore describing travelers.
See, Outlander is something that gets me a little, because the story within itself, it's an expansive book series. It's a large book series.
Yeah.
And
I think it's like 8 or 9.
And they're not little books.
No.
Like, they make little versions of them, but the books that are like the shorter version books that aren't like the big pages, they make shorter versions of them. And I was looking at them at Books A Million yesterday, and the sumbitches are like this fat. Like, why would, you've made a cube. You made a cube book. Do you feel good about yourself?
Oh yeah. 'Cause, I mean, one of the booktubers I watch, he's he started the first couple to see if it was a thing he'd be into, because sometimes he reads romantic stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, these are pretty dope. And he had the stack of them, and I'm like, that's a big stack.
As far as
not just because a number of books.
As far as the show goes, I like its take on time travel because it was an accidental time travel with her, because she what the end all be all is to the way that the magic of the stones work is it has to be, number one, inherited through your bloodline, because you have travelers that are of certain bloodlines that can actually be able to access the magic of the druidic stone circles. So it dates back into like druidic times and bloodlines from those dates as to the foundations and the buildings of those stone circles and the people that would use them. So that's how far back it goes. But in the show, it hasn't really got to talk about all that yet, because I didn't read the books, but I was like, this is too big of a series for me to wait on to find out what all's going on.
Yeah.
It's stressing me the fuck out. So it's magic through basically like an old druidic technology of crystal energy and bloodlines, and basically where your heart pulls you is where you can travel with the assistance of the stones and of the power of gemstones.
Right.
So it's a cool like way of time travel.
Yeah.
And also, fun fact about Scotland, I was watching some Scotland videos today, and apparently magic is kind of viewed a little bit differently over there than like the satanic panic scare of magic thing we had go on over here.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
they had their own version when they killed all the witches, and now there's
Right.
like a lot of things going on for people wanting reparations and apologies for
yeah,
that.
because over there, it was more like that pagan kind of witchy sort of a culture
Because
before it got, become
Washed.
what it is. Yeah.
washed. It's just I could just say washed, and
I was trying to think of a good term, and I just couldn't.
it's. I mean, that's basically was like Christianity washed it all away, because it was either you conformed or you got rid of. I mean, that's the way the Crusades
I
went.
mean, that's what a lot of religions did during those times.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just specifically in that area, that was like because it was religion versus religion. Like the Saxons were facing off against the Christians, and the Saxons were the Saxons were the Christians, weren't they?
It was also with the Middle East. It started with the Muslims, but it did branch out to other religions too.
Oh yeah, but I know I wasn't talking about just global conflict. I was talking about isolated in that area.
Yeah,
like that's what it was about. Like it was the old ways, and like dating back to forever long.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
And then people come over with like the Romans.
Well,
first
instead
came
of
over.
like more, it was almost like more like nature-y based, and like ancestors and
like
that sort of thing. To not that
basically.
But do we got time for another one?
You guys, we got plenty of time. Don't
okay, I wasn't sure how much time we had.
But what I was saying about
cool
Scotland and magic, though, was that like I was seeing things about tourists going over there, and don't get freaked out if you're a tourist and somebody actually does talk to you or touch you or something like this, because there have been because there's old ladies that are over there that are almost like Appalachian granny magic times 10, like the multiplication times the foundational roots of Appalachian granny magic.
Like the Walker sisters.
Like straight up, well, they'll come up to you
if you listen to Old Gods. That makes sense.
Like they'll walk up to you and like they hold your hand and they'll be like, "Blessings for what you've done. You're such a clean soul for what you've done. The lady is watching and she approves." And then she'll just meander about her day.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
it's like somebody stopping and giving you a compliment. Just like
what?
Cool.
Thank you. So don't be like off put if that happens. Just the people are a little bit more prone to the like spiritual sensitivity and like just saying like letting you know like, hey, you've
look. I think some people need to be more like me sometimes. Me as a person, because sometimes I'm open to people just being weird and telling me wacky things.
Well, do we work retail?
Yes.
If we weren't okay with that, we wouldn't last 2 weeks.
Even before I worked retail, I'd still just have random people tell me their entire life. It's happened in line at Walmart before. We're both there to buy groceries. Yeah, but I've just kind of, for the most part, went, this is just my lot in life. So I'll listen, and sometimes I have questions. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's weird.
Give me another one.
Okay. Item number SCP-4815, Object Class Keter, Description: SCP-4815 is an island of indeterminate location in the South Pacific, exhibiting extreme spatial temporal anomalies, including nonlinear time shifts, electromagnetic disturbances, and selective reality alteration. Individuals stranded on SCP-4815, designated 4815, I don't know how to say that symbol, instances report encounters with apparitions of deceased persons, predictive visions, and hostile entities consistent with localized ontokinetic manifestations. The island appears capable of self-concealment, generating course deviations, navigational failure, and memory suppression in vessels approaching its perimeter. Long-term observation indicates SCP-4815 exerts sentient influence, compelling survivors to enact cyclical conflicts centered on a central anomaly, the heart of the island. Foundation expeditions have failed. All deployed assets either disappear or are absorbed into 4815's recursive timeline. Containment protocol has been reclassified as observation only.
What is that? That sounds so familiar.
Lost.
Because
Because it was flight number 4815.
I thought so, because I was about to say it, but then I was gonna goof and I was gonna be like,
Well-
are you talking about Survivor?
Well, it's like there was so much in Lost that putting it in one paragraph, it did a good job.
Dude, I'll never forget the lottery number shit and the cursed lottery numbers. Like, because that's
Dude, it was such a good show.
that's ingrained in my brain hole. You know who
I
really
need to finish the show.
You know who really, really liked Lost?
Marcus.
Marcus loved Lost.
Yeah, I loved it too.
I talked to Marcus about Scotland yesterday too,
Did you?
and it was a hilarious reaction because you never know with that dude.
Right.
He is his own entity.
He is.
Of any-
Marcus is Marcus, and Marcus is
Like,
Marcus Lee.
Like, if you've ever met somebody that is their own entity, that is like, this is what they do because this is them, Marcus is that. You can't peg him down like to any.
I mean, if you listen
Heck
back
yeah.
to previous
Heck yeah.
episodes when Marcus was, a current grape,
Yeah.
you definitely get that feeling about the man.
And he was like, because I was just like, you want to look at some architecture from over there? He's like, yeah, sure. When we going?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because he's like, and then he texts me today out of the blue, and he was like, so I just read up on Arthur's Seat in Edinburgh. It's pretty dope. I'm like, oh no, I opened a wormhole for him.
Yeah. Well, you've been trying to open this wormhole with everyone that you possibly could.
I'm just letting people know,
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
letting them can.
Yeah, some of it's interesting, but sometimes I'm like, man, I'm in the middle of some other shit at this moment.
That happens. I'm never in the middle of some other shit whenever I'm thinking about Scotland.
I know. Well, I mean, that was what happened with the Noah's Ark thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, dude.
I was sitting there in like trials and tribulations.
Oh, that was at the point where you were
the
realizing,
arc
like,
dimensions, and then it's like, hey, here's the thing about Scotland. And I was like, that's cool, man, but like I'm on this other shit right now.
yeah, you were worried about thinking about if Noah was actually 15 feet tall.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was one of those things. He's on that.
Yeah.
He's like, not right now, man. I'm trying to figure out mathematics on the arc, and I'm trying to think, is Noah actually 15 feet tall?
It's like, bro, I'm comparing like the ancient average cubit to the modern cubit to possibly if Noah was 12 feet tall cubit to in relation to what we believe to be the ark that we found versus the dimensions in the Bible.
That's
And
what
the
happened.
differences between the modern, average cubit, if he was 12 feet tall cubit, and then there was another one in there. I don't remember. Oh, well, the Titanic. It is all in relation to the Titanic. It it got deep. Me and the robot.
When a man of the cloth smokes.
Yeah, yeah. And then so while I'm in the middle of spiraling into this information, I was like,
Meanwhile, here comes Austin with a bagpipe.
yeah, hey man, check out his castle. Check out his castle.
Yeah, sorry. It's
I'm sitting there in front of the chalkboard with the numbers floating like on that show, Numbers.
I inconveniently bagpipe.
Yeah.
I'm the inconvenient bagpipe. I'm sorry. It's a kick I'm on. I'm obsessed.
And that's fine. It is like I usually don't care, and oftentimes it's interesting. But I was like, bro, I'm having a crisis moment.
Turns out your crisis was a self-induced crisis.
It was.
That's also my band name. But
I mean,
that's a great one.
yeah, that is a great one.
That's a great band name. God, please welcome to say self-induced crisis. Ba-ba-ba. Yeah.
It sounds like old dad rock,
What? That
like
first-
Shattered.
Oh my God. No, self-induced crisis would be like some people like our age trying to get into like bringing back their high school music.
Could be, yeah.
Like, all you do is you get on there and you just start, welcome to the planet.
All the small things.
Oh my God, yeah, anything like that.
2 bears.
Yeah, that one.
I'll take
One
whiff.
Yeah,
know,
that song.
get sick.
That song, yeah.
Say it ain't so.
That one, when you won't
There's a
go.
zombo.
Yeah, turn the lights off.
My butt itches.
He might have done that, actually.
Hold me still. I just want to chill.
I think those are
Turn
the
the
words.
lights off. I know you will.
I don't know if that's exactly it.
Touch my big toe.
No, that's not it.
Then I'll go home.
Honestly, they were the most immature band that ever
I'm just
existed.
really surprised that I remembered that much of the words.
I don't know if any of those were actually words in the song most of the time. Besides
Well,
the
I'm
say
pretty
it.
sure they are. I feel like I did a real good.
I did one time hear that man on stage. The line of the song is, "When you smile and melt inside." And I saw on stage, he was like, "Hey, they're so fucking weird." He was like, "When you smile, a fart inside." Did you hear I said fart? I'm like, dude, you're 40.
I mean, farts are funny.
I get it. But I just can't get it at the same time.
You don't think farts are funny?
I do, but I'm also.
I mean, that wasn't a good one.
No, it's not. It's weird. It's a.
It's
Tell me that's like Michael Scott making a joke. Like,
it is.
but I mean, it was Tom, so he gets a little grace. He's because I mean, all the
Is that his
UFO.
wife's name?
No, Tom DeLonge.
Yeah, but his wife's name Grace.
No, he deserves some grace from me because
Oh.
he's also one of the foremost UFO researchers in America.
Oh, okay.
Like he's involved in like the files that
I
are.
said, oh, okay.
Okay, so that means I let it go now.
No, just messing with you, dude. You ain't got to be sad. No, it's okay, little buddy. Tell me about Tom DeLonge.
I tried to turn into a turtle.
Go ahead, just tell me.
I tried to pull myself into my shell. The main one that actually
Like my wiener on a cold winter's day.
I don't what
So shriveled you got. It's just like a wiener on a cold winter's day.
I felt shrunken. You made me feel small.
Well, I didn't mean to.
I was just representing it physically. The main thing that turned me on to the idea of some of this time travel stuff was actually the idea of the accidental time travel. I need Tiny to look up another Outlander, but it needs to have a colon next to it, and then the words that follow.
Okay, hold on. Oh, no, it's supposed to be the end.
Because this is the most recent iteration, but only for production value, not for storyline.
All right, I've got the colon.
Blood of my blood.
Blood of my blood.
Blood of my blood.
Blood.
Blood of my blood.
Okay. It's thinking.
Elf,
That's a weird designation.
Outlander. Blood of my blood.
Item number SCP-BOMB. I don't know.
That word.
Object class Euclid. Description: SCP-BOMB is a dual temporal timeline anomaly intersecting two romantic lineages: the Fraser clan in the early 18th century Scotland and the Beauchamp.
Beecham.
Beecham. Well, that's not how that's.
It's a
spelled.
French.
Beecham Morriston family in World War I era England. SCP-BOMB's primary anomalous property manifests when Julia and Henry, vacationing in Scotland in the 1920s, unintentionally traversed through a circle of standing stones, the same type that previously enabled time travel in related instances, transporting them back to circa 1714. Their displacement catalyzes unforeseen entanglements with the tactical clan politics, heretofore established heritage lines, and intersecting causality with nascent Fraser lineage. Observed efforts include alteration of familiar relationships, bloodline identity confusion, and reality filling in history to account for retroactive presence of modern era individuals in the 18th century contexts. Foundation containment protocols demand strict monitoring of stones known for leaps, suppression / minimalization of documentation tying SCP-BOMB to established timelines and maintaining dual line continuity so as to minimize full-scale paradoxes.
So this show is about the parents of the main characters of Outlander, because this is where the actual information about how far back within lineage it goes. What is this all referring to? How is this happening? This is kind of all building around the foundation between almost like the butterfly effect as well, because their existence in the past, even by accident, has caused ripples in the timeline between deaths or surviving, because people surviving with them being around that were supposed to die also affects the timeline just as significantly as people that are being killed because they're around. Because with one of the characters, she'll help and be it's hard to. She has knowledge of stuff because she knows how to make things of a nursing variety.
Yeah.
So having that kind of information can save a life back then, because back in those days, that's when they were literally blowing smoke up your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it is a very, in case you ever wanted to have that full explanation of where that statement comes from, you should probably join our Patreon. We had a pretty fun conversation about that.
We did.
But yeah, so at the points where they're doing that, she's like, oh, here's some this and some that and some that, knowing natural herbs. Because you can read books about that nowadays, but back in those days, if you were like, "Oh, these are some natural herbs that did that,"
Not only can you read books about that nowadays, you can pull a small rectangle out of your pocket and type in words, and it can tell you about the words that you typed in.
Yes,
using other words or pictures.
This is true.
Or videos.
This is true. You have all the info, but in her time though, she was in the early 1900s, World War I era, so she could go to the library and look up books on herbs and medicines.
Right.
But back in those days, if you had knowledge of herbs and medicines, you were either
a witch.
You were a witch, or a healer. It was one or the other. And they would,
depending on your point of view and possible political status.
Yes, because anybody that was a healer had just a couple of wrong moves within their decision making, and now they're viewed as a witch.
Yep.
Oh, what do you mean that the Lord has blessed this child? What do you mean that the Lord won't save this child from this plague? No, I'm going to pray over this child. The Lord's going to heal this child. You don't touch this child. If the prayers don't work, the devil has claimed him.
This is God's will.
Yeah, basically. And then she's like, no, he just needs some of these, a couple of these herbs. He ate poison. He thought it was a mushroom.
Yeah.
She's like, he just needs some of this.
He just needs to eat some of this ground up dried leaf.
And she just and just shit. There's just things happen, because that was that kind of scenario is the kind of stuff that'll get you killed.
Absolutely.
But it's just it's a neat little look at all of this, because the husband in the story as well is especially struggling, because he's a World War I veteran, and he's going through the post-traumatic stress brain fog of going through the trench warfare.
Right.
And that was the shell shock from those days was notoriously bad with World War I veterans, because of the horrors they went through during trench warfare.
Well, yeah, because they were basically just launching mortars and things of that back and forth at each other, and anti-tank guns, large artillery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shell shock was crazy.
Yeah, he was going through a rough time because, I mean, not only did they cross over time, but as soon as they cross over time, they're separated
That'd be even worse because now you have no idea where you're at.
because they don't arrive at the exact same fixated point location. Like, what's happened here? Where are you? Where have you been? Like, they go off looking for each other. Well, the man's fine. He goes off looking, and somebody thinks that he might be a spy for another clan or an English infiltrator trying to come because Scotland and England are all because he's English. So he's now stranded in Scotland with an English accent. So he's like fucked because they think he's a spy.
Yep.
So, but he convinces and he weasels his way into the graces of the most powerful like lord in the area. So he's covered for a little bit. But the woman, on the other hand, is out wandering in a 20th century garb in the 16th century.
Yeah.
So she's walking, and they're like,
So she's a harlot.
"Oh, a harlot out on the loose. Let's abduct her and sell her into slavery."
Yeah.
Literally that quick.
Yep.
That's how quick it happened. Like, so, and then her point of view of this, and she was also pregnant with the guy's child at the time, like with her husband's child. So she had to go through and try to weasel her way with the lord of this manor to try to make him appeal to his like awful sensibilities, so she can make him convinced that this baby that she was going to give birth to was actually his. It's a wild take on with stuff you would have to do, because a lot of people romanticize like former points in history, like, oh, I was just born in the wrong time, like I should have been born.
Well, it's like there were parts of it that are the picture in your head, but that's only if you was on the
if you're born into
class
royalty,
nobility.
Yeah,
that's when it'd be just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, if you were born
Everybody
into
else
nobility,
kind of sucks.
everybody else in the caste system, if you were born into nobility, you lived the life. If you were born into the servitude, you provided their life.
Yep.
And that was your sole function. And if you questioned it, you were rising against the crown, and you'd bye.
Yep.
No.
You would hope that you were the level of servitude that you're like, I get to run a little like blacksmithy.
Yeah.
It's not the kind that's like, well, I have to work these fields.
Yes.
Because I have to work these fields.
Yes. Or
otherwise,
I die.
I'll die and they'll kill me.
Yeah, they'll kill me because I didn't work these fields.
Exactly.
Yeah. So with her situation, like she basically just had to convince him that this had happened, and turns out that this guy that is the lord of this manor that she's having to like suck up to and try to like fake this romantic relationship with, like, he is the father of the father of the main character in Outlander. He's Jamie's dad. Like, he's Jamie's grandfather. So Brian is Jamie's dad that we get introduced to in the show. And so there's all these intersecting storylines, and now there's like questions revolving around the show that make you think like, well, could people have actually been related that they knew and they crossed paths? And so it makes you like, it's a really good in-depth jump into the history of stuff and how deep the time travel runs.
Yep. So I got another one for you.
Okay. Last one of the evening.
Perfect. Item number SCP-1992. Object class Euclid. Description: SCP-1992 manifests as a large anthropomorphic purple dinosaur that appears during unsupervised group activities of children between ages 2 to 8. SCP-1992 is capable of spontaneous materialization accompanied by musical phenomena and a compulsion effect, causing children to participate in synchronized song and ritualized play. While SCP-1992 presents as benevolent, prolonged exposure induces intense loyalty and memory distortion with affected children. Designated SCP-1992 Funny Little Squiggle. Recalling events and lessons not observed by supervising adults. Attempts to physically restrain or record SCP-1992 result in corrupted footage and anomalous laughter audio. Foundation containment protocols consist of monitoring daycare centers, suppressing media linked to SCP-1992, and administering Class B amnestics to SCP-1992 Weird Little Squiggle instances after prolonged exposure.
Give me just a hint, an extra hint.
About what?
The title.
I'll read the first line to you without trying to do the SCP Foundation voice.
Okay.
SCP-1992 manifests as a large anthropomorphic purple dinosaur.
Is this Barney?
Yes.
Barney's time travel?
No, but
You
I
just
just thought
wanted
it'd
to
be
hit
funny.
me.
I wouldn't hear it as an SCP.
Oh god, because he would be paradoxical because he's literally a dinosaur from your imagination,
Yeah,
and once he's told that he's what they call a dinosaur sensation.
Yeah.
Barney comes to play with us whenever we may need him. Barney can be your producer if you just make believe him.
I thought you was going to be like in the middle of that. This is fucking Barney. So I'm looking
No,
at
dude.
you afterwards like,
I'm drifting
I'm like,
everywhere.
where does this man going? Like,
Dude, because I'm sitting here thinking, like, what damn time travel show have I missed out on that is involving this? Like, hold on. And then, like,
large purple dinosaur.
because I was literally trying to think, like, oh, okay, time travel. Which one involves a dinosaur? Why would it be purple? I'm not really. You curveballed. You curveballed right into my
I know.
skull.
I had to. When you're talking about the last one, I was like, I want to get this in here, and I hope it's the last one of the day because that would be a funny note to leave on.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. It has been another eventful week of both nerddom, talking, laughter, and thunder from the gods. Shook the room. Boom, boom, shook the room. I hope everybody has a good rest of the week. And Hold on. What happened?
Hold on.
Oh no, you're typing on your thing. What's that mean when you're typing on your thing?
Hold on.
Because we were already doing the thing where we were telling them goodbye, and you're typing on your thing. What's that mean?
Hold on.
I'm holding. I'm just trying to figure out. Are you still typing on your thing?
No, I just clicked enter. SCP-NITG Object Class Safe Pending Reclassification. Description: SCP-NITG designates a recurring auditory anomaly manifesting as a podcast entitled Nerded Through the Grapevine. The anomaly features 4 hosts engaged in discussions of pop culture. Actually, now it's 2. Speculative fiction, science, comedy, and esoteric nerd knowledge. While appearing benign, extended exposure induces mild cognito-hazardous effects. Subjects report compulsive laughter, spontaneous curiosity about trivial subjects, and desire to share information with others as though they had discovered it firsthand. Wow, way to be backhand.
That was very backhanded.
Instances of SCP-NITG self-propagate across digital platforms without consistent metadata, suggesting low-level memetic anchoring. Containment consists of passive monitoring, cataloging new episodes, and ensuring anomalous enthusiasm remains within socially acceptable thresholds. Foundation researchers have noted that SCP-NITG may function as a low-risk morale booster for staff.
Dude, that was the most fucking side-handed, like,
It's
out
like
thing ever.
it was so good until that line, and I was like,
not only that, but it was like, hey, you know, if
I don't feel like
if you kind of want something that sounds like they've heard about something, but it's actually just derivative of something else. Hey, check these fucks out. That's sad.
It was really cool until that one little line, and I was just like, I don't like those words because I don't feel like that's the case at all.
You know what should make you feel better? The Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, he is dope.
Thanks, Kim. That's Trudy's mom. She gave me that for Trudy's birthday, so I didn't feel left out. I'm such a baby. Hey,
that's funny.
You all have a great rest of your week, and thank you for joining us. I came back in time. Shove the grapes in your ass.